One artist that just kind of captivated me this year, it would probably be Gunna.
What?
I'm serious.
You know, the Kendrick versus Drake thing kind of had people not really paying attention to hip hop as much as they should have been. It was just dominated conversations. And this year was really bad in terms of sales.
Okay.
Some of these sales were, I don't know if this is just a sign of the times or this is just, you know, the popularity in hip hop these days. Most disappointing album. Like, that's an easy one for me.
Number one is easily
You better
Lil
say it.
Uzi Vert, Eternal Atake.
Thank you.
2.
Thank you. Atake. So somebody made the comment. They said, yo, Travis Hunter sprung. I was like, you're supposed to be sprung over
For your partner.
wife.
100%.
Your future wife. What
Absolutely.
the hell are you talking about?
There's a lot that Doechii needs to prove to become a household name that Doja Cat has become. But in terms of talent, to me, Doechii is of that ilk. And so now going to sort of how she's being received currently, I do kind of feel like people are prematurely anointing her.
Yo. We are Illinois Wise.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
Yo. It's the ill-advised wise guys. It's your boy QD. I got my boy
Uchay
in this bit.
Yeah, boy.
How do we do this again?
Come on, man. See, you.
Bro.
So
How you feel? How you feel, brother?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
You, bro.
Wait, how do I feel?
Yeah, how do you feel,
I'm
bro?
feeling amazing,
Feel
man.
good,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You know,
Holiday spirit
it's
hit you?
2025. At least damn near.
Is it 2025?
Hey, might
That's
as well.
true.
Might as well be.
By the time it's like the last couple of days, I consider it.
And you know, you never really know when people are going to check us out. So somebody might catch this a week from now.
That's true.
2 weeks from now. 3 months from now. 4 months from now. Either way, that's in 2025, man.
That's true.
Let go. I'm glad you got some pants on finally. So yeah, let's
Christmas themed pants and red is just universal.
I almost pressed charges a couple times on you, after a couple episodes.
I got irregular thighs. But
Yikes.
on this episode, we got a jam-packed
Wait,
show.
hold on. You ain't say what episode it is.
Episode 180.
79.
179. Episode 179.
Bow. 79.
Yeah. More episodes than
179. 179.
Oh, there you go.
I did see. I did
This is
what
a
you
nice
do.
little switch up. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying? We got a jam-packed show for you today. We got 3 very juicy topics. One of them involves your boy, Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. Yeah, he made the news because, he's been playing well, but what seems to be making the news even more than him is his fiance. Are people, taking it a little too far with the criticism towards her? Or does she deserve the criticism for all the things that she's doing? That's one of the topics we're going to talk about. Doechii.
Great topic. I can't wait for that, by the way.
Your girl, Doechii. Some people are calling her an industry plant. Some people are calling her a complete genius. Is there a middle ground that we're supposed to be seeing her as? Like, is people taking it too far with the praise, or is the praise justified?
Is she really the leader?
Is she really the leader of
the
the
new school? Yeah,
which
man.
I think, I believe, we've talked about it a little bit in the background. I believe we may be split on this.
Okay.
And then we got another topic for you, and that involves 2024. We're probably going to lead with that. 2024. What are some of your favorite albums from your favorite artists, some of your favorite songs from 2024? How do you view 2024 as a whole? And then what do you look forward to in 2025?
Yes.
But before we get the show started, we got to do some church announcements.
Okay.
Let's start with RGM, the greatest music platform on the globe.
Yes, sir.
Some albums that we reviewed recently. We got SZA's coming up. SZA, you'll see SZA eventually. There's some technical difficulties happening, but we did SZA. SZA had an album.
Good way to call
Lana,
that.
SOS Deluxe. When you actually see the track list with the new deluxe album songs, it's like a 40-song track list.
40. Oh, you mean in addition
SZA
to the original?
Yes.
Yes.
Original. SZA fed the streets with that SOS.
I was actually very surprised. I did not realize she was dropping an entirely new project. Because when I hear deluxe, sometimes I be thinking a couple songs.
Yep.
Didn't know we gonna get 15 new
pretty
records.
much
I didn't realize that.
Full-blown album. So SZA dropped that. We reviewed that. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Missionary. I thought that was a very good album. We reviewed that on the site.
Very dope project.
And then there's a bunch of songs that we reviewed. Check out ratingsgamemusic.com.
Yes, sir.
And then for ill-advised wise guys, we got the best playlist in the world that's not in stores now. What's that playlist?
Yo.
What's that playlist called?
Yo, why you disrespecting our playlist?
What's the
you don't even know the name, and you said it's not in stores?
I know what it is.
That's
I
crazy.
need you to introduce it to the people.
Zero.
What is it called?
Zero mother effing skips. And don't forget the skips.
Don't forget the skip.
Because there are no skips on that
Easy F
playlist.
skip.
Yeah, man, y'all check it out, man. Listen, I always say this every episode. It's in stores now. Nothing more needs to be said. AKA In Your Palm on Spotify. We feature a lot of the dopest up and coming artists who submit their music to us. So, man, shout out to all the artists who made it on the playlist, and shout out to all the artists who have reached out trying to get on. And of course, if your music does not include any skips, that's how you end up on the playlist, guys. It's very simple. It's simple. All right? Very simple.
That's very hard to do.
True. But yeah, man, link in the description for that playlist. Again, if you're on Spotify, just type in Zero Skips, one word, it'll pop right up. And make sure to like and follow it too,
please.
man.
Yes, please.
Y'all are helping us grow as we move into the new year. I want to say, Happy New Year to the folks, man. You didn't tell the folks Happy New Year, man. This is our last episode of 2024.
Yeah, well, 2024 was a complete blur.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, man, I tell you what we will be doing in the new year is still add music to our playlist. So we want to thank everybody that's been tapping in and all the artists who are going to tap in the future, man. In stores now. Let's get it. Back to you, Q. Let's go.
So, I did it wrong. This is my first time introducing. We were actually supposed to do the topics last.
I just didn't say anything.
So let's dive into the first topic. 2024, a summary, right? All right, so 2024 was a pretty decent year.
We call this like the awards. This is our Ill-Advised Wise Guys Awards. Let's call it that,
IAWG Awards for 2024. First off, let me ask you this before we even dive deep into the categories, because I got it. Like your boy Wack 100 said, I got the
content.
No,
I got the content. I got the content.
Yo, Ack, you want me to play it for you? Who is this fool? But yeah, so I got the categories we're going to discuss, right?
All right.
But first I'm going to ask you this.
Sure.
Do you think 2024 was a good year for hip hop music?
Absolutely.
I'm going to just say hip hop music.
Absolutely. It was a great year for hip hop.
Okay.
I think it's every time I've been seeing folks have this discussion, and of course the first thing that you should mention is the Drake-Kendrick battle, which goes without saying.
Yep.
So that clearly that dominated the year, but for me, if we put that aside, I can genuinely say this has been a very good year for rap. It has.
Yeah.
Schoolboy Q, Don Toliver, even though he's a little R&B, Vince Staples dropped. Some folks don't call Tommy Richman rap, but I'm going to throw him in there.
No, he's not no damn rap. What are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
Okay,
It's just a joke. He wanted to be a rapper. I thought he was a rapper.
No, he said he does not want to be a rapper.
Well, damn it. Hey. Anyway, but no, obviously Kendrick finally dropped his album GNX, which isn't necessarily
Future
the bad. Future dropped 3 out. There's been some very, very quality drop, and then there's a ton I didn't even mention yet.
Cole might delete later.
And so yeah, I would to answer your question simply, you damn right. This has been a very good year for rap.
Listen, I don't want to be all complainy. I don't want to be the complaining person here, but I do feel like the Drake and Kendrick beef made people not care as much about music, especially hip hop music. So I thought the releases were a lot of good releases. Like people there, I can genuinely say, like majority of the albums that I reviewed, because remember I review these albums every week. Majority of the ones I reviewed were good.
Yeah.
As opposed to other years, some were really bad, some were just forgettable. But like a good chunk of the albums I reviewed, I thought were pretty good.
Okay.
But I do think, the Kendrick versus Drake thing kind of had people not really paying attention to hip hop as much as they should have been.
Right.
And so it was just dominated conversations. And this year was really bad in terms of sales. I thought some of these sales were, I don't know if this is just a sign of the times or this is just, the popularity in hip hop these days. Like even down to, Snoop and Dr. Dre, I heard that their album didn't sell too well. So it's like, I would say from a content standpoint, from a musicality standpoint, very good year for hip hop. From a popularity standpoint, I do think this was not one of the more popular years for hip hop music.
All right, so that's interesting you say that, and I don't want to go too deep into that
It's supposed to
aspect.
be a celebration, right? See, I'm always ready to
like
complain.
you brought it down a bit, but it is a fair assessment because it's funny. Last year, there was the whole talk about there were no number ones in hip hop, right? It was 2023, and then Uzi finally did it in July of 2023 with his album that dropped, the Pink Tape.
Yeah.
So funny, we had that conversation in 2023 going into 2024 where I would genuinely say this was a better year in hip hop. Let's put the sales and the popularity aside for a bit. Let's just discuss the music. I think musically it definitely shined. I will say that.
Okay.
You didn't mention Doechii
Fair.
earlier.
Doechii, yeah.
Like there's a lot of even Vultures. There was a lot of the
Please,
first Vulture.
I didn't mention Vultures
the first
for a
Vulture.
reason.
The first.
That came out 2023.
Nah, that was the top of this year.
No, it wasn't.
Vultures won?
That was not this year. That was like 2023. Vultures won?
Bro, Vultures 1 was this year.
There's no way in hell Vultures won.
I promise you, it wasn't not February?
No, that was Vultures 2.
Bro,
It might be.
I'm 90% sure Vultures 1 dropped in February.
I'll look it up as you finish your.
Anyway, but no, I mean, again, I think this is a really good year in 2024. And look, we can critique it all we want, but let's get into the.
Oh yeah, you're right. Vultures 1 did come out this year.
Thank
My
you.
bad. Damn, I forgot about Vultures.
It was a while ago, right?
Damn.
Even 21 Savage dropped earlier in the year.
He
We
did.
forget.
Yeah, he did.
It was a pretty decent album. Like,
It
you know what I'm saying?
It was. So here's the category. Favorite artist. Who was your favorite artist in 2024?
My favorite artist in 2024. You know what? I'll say this. If I had to name one artist that just kind of captivated me this year, it would probably be Gunna.
What?
I'm serious.
Gunna.
I said favorite.
Gunna wanna?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Favorite.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because obviously there was a lot of smut put on his name as he came out of the YSL trial when he dropped A Gift and a Curse last year, right? And then, a lot of people had high praise for him. He dropped a huge single, F You Mean. It was like, oh man, this guy's on a high. And I feel like he delivered a follow-up that was pretty strong with One of One. And I've really been enjoying the music that I've been hearing from him, singles, all of that stuff that just came out, man. He's just, I don't know, man. He just really stole the show in my rotation. And I will go as far as to say I can back this up with stats because when I did my 2024 rap for Spotify, Gunna was my top played artist of 2024. Wow. So yeah, if you guys check my list out, you probably like, what the hell? Like, you listen to Gunna more than you did Kendrick or Drake or some of the other guys who you might say? The answer is yes. Gunna was my favorite artist of 2024.
Wow.
He was.
Wow.
It's a fact.
So does it count if I listen to stuff from 2023 and 2024?
That does not count.
Doesn't count?
Nah, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
So
Who would you? I'll throw it back at you. Pause. Who's your favorite artist of 2024?
Favorite artist of 2024. So, Kid LAROI is somebody I really, really liked. I liked what he did. He didn't drop a full blown album. That's why I was like, if you want to count like stuff from 2023, because he dropped his album like late 2023, like November.
He did.
Right. So just bleeding into 2024, I was still listening
Very dope album.
to that album. One of my favorite ones. Even just like a couple of days ago, I heard Bleed, and I was like, remember the song that you said was amazing? Bro. I listened to it, I was like, oh, this is so good.
It's phenomenal, right?
So good.
See?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So the Kid LAROI also, he dropped a little like deluxe album of that album.
That's true.
In 2024. And I thought it was just so good. Like he kind of tapped into like the R&B side and like, just kind of felt more loose. I thought he was a little tight on that other album, and I thought this deluxe allowed him to be more loose, carefree. So I really been bumping the Kid LAROI's album a lot.
Okay.
I thought Tory Lanez was. I thought if you talk about impressive, even though majority of his like lost tape stuff,
sure,
but
prison
like
tapes,
Tory Lanez prison tapes, but like what he did, I was probably the most impressed with Tory Lanez. he made you not forget who he was, but then also
It's a good one.
how talented from all these years. I was like, yo, dog, this guy's really, really good, dog.
That's a really good one.
So Tory Lanez is another one. But
Really, really good
the
one.
obvious ones, like, we're clearly obvious. Kendrick. I wouldn't say he was my favorite
Well, I
artist.
didn't know we were mentioning more than one now.
No,
I would have thrown in
okay.
more.
It's the Kid LAROI for
Who's
me.
the favorite artist?
You're right. The Kid LAROI for me was my favorite artist, especially
Okay.
because what he did with that girl song. Oh man, I really like what he did.
Well, shoot. Before you switch, since you brought up a couple,
How
I
about
want to
that
just
honorable mention?
I want to get some honorable mentions. Surprisingly, Shabuzi.
Oh, that was
I've been telling you and everybody that
Yeah.
that has ears since like everybody fell in love with a bar song, including myself. After that, I went and tapped into his project that he dropped this year.
Yeah.
Short EP, I believe 8 to 10 songs. Bruh, it is really good.
He's talented.
It's really good. There's a song on there called Vegas. Obviously he had to join with Big X The Plug. It's, nice little party joint. The drink don't need no mix. I really like Shabuzi and what he is trending to do.
Yeah.
And he dropped a new song called Good News as well. That's also really good. Shabuzi was in my playlist. He was in my rotation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Favorite album.
What
was your favorite album this year? I know my answer.
You know what?
Maybe I'll go first.
Sure, go first. Go first. I went first on the last one. You
My
go
favorite
first.
album of this year is easily Doechii. Doechii, Alligators, Never Heal.
Alligator Bites?
Alligator Bites, Never
Alligator
Heal.
Bites Never
They're
Heal.
like, how's it your favorite album? You don't know the name. I don't remember anything, guys.
That's
I
terrible.
don't remember anything.
That's bad.
My head is fog. But Alligator Bites, Never Heal, to me, this is how good the album is. The songs that people claim to like are not even my favorite. Like the songs that are being nominated for Grammys are not even my favorite from that album. Every time I listen to that album, I find a new song that I like.
Yeah.
And I just thought Doechii was able to do some very, very impressive things, like in terms of, she tapped into her R&B side. Fantastic R&B songs. I love Slide. Like,
Bruh.
I've not heard anybody talk about Slide.
Wait, Slide? You talking about the
love
skating
Slide.
ring music?
Yeah.
Bro, that's my favorite
I
song on that.
love
That's my
Slide.
favorite song on the
I
project.
love Slide. But then
Favorite
she
song.
has boiled peanuts. What the F is a boiled peanut? Like,
It's cool. I like that
hitting
joint.
hard. That's a TDE type banger. I just really, really like Doechii's album. It's one that I can listen to over and over again, and I think it's one that's definitely timeless. Timeless.
I like that.
Classic.
I like that.
It's a classic.
I'm not mad at
Classic.
you. Look, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not mad at that pick, and I'm not mad at anybody highlighting Doechii's album or mixtape, however you want to call it. It was really that good. Yes. It was really that good. So
The streets is calling it an album.
yeah, whatever.
It's an
Cool.
album.
You're right. For me, I'm not gonna name one that's better than that because that was a really good album. No. Because again, we're sticking favorites. The one that connected with me the most this year.
Gunna.
No. Even though that would be consistent, wouldn't it? But no, it is probably gonna be. I got a curveball for you, man. Tommy Richman.
Oh,
Coyote.
Whoa.
I'm being real with you, bro.
Whoa.
Like, see, these are one of those topics where you got to be real with yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You got to go
Coyote
back
was
in the
really
Rolodex and be like,
was really
what album were you consistently playing when it dropped and that you consistently keep playing? And I'm here to tell you, bro, I've been playing Coyote for a long time. I'm still playing it. Now, does that mean it's the best project? Of course not. But I think that's in my favorites, bro. But I do want to throw another one in here for us honorable mention. I have to do it. And it's going to be We Don't Trust You.
Oh, I love We Don't Trust You.
We Don't Trust You. Future and Metro Boomin.
I love We Don't Trust You.
When that joint came out, so thematic, so
love We Don't
cinematic.
Trust You.
Y'all already know what happened with Like That. Don't even need to talk about that. But like,
I love We Don't
bro,
Trust
that album turned out to be like my gym routine. I was playing half that album in the gym, just getting lit. Like, it was one of those albums that I think people are gonna remember for what the moment it was.
Yeah.
That's one of them albums, and I for me that'd be my honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
for
with
sure.
you. We Don't Trust You was great. Last one, most disappointing album. Like, That's an easy one for me. There's about 2.
There's like 3 I got.
There's 2.
I got about 3.
Okay, let's see.
I-
Which one's number 1?
I'll throw my first one out there because I wrote this down, my guy.
Yeah.
Number 1 is easily
You better.
Lil
say it.
Uzi
Thank
Vert,
you. Thank you.
Eternal
Thank you.
Atake.
Thank you.
2.
Thank you. Atake.
It's like, nah.
Yes.
I mean, it's obvious, man. Like, listen.
Yeah.
One of my tweets went viral because I genuinely thought there was some songs on there that I could not believe
Were this
bad. Like, I just couldn't wrap my mind around how epically bad some of the music was on that album. Now, I will say this, I kept listening after the fact, and there were some joints that did stick with me, right? Perky X. Perky's X. The other one, Conceited.
Yeah.
Even the
It is
intro,
good.
I went back and started really liking.
Yeah.
Chow. There's a couple songs on there I did take away with, but in terms of expectations, because that is the mark of disappointment,
Yeah.
it has to be Eternal Take 2 for me. Yeah, easy.
Well, for me,
What about
it
you?
was definitely Eternal Atake for sure.
Okay. So we agree on that.
I honestly, this is probably not a popular one to say. I was a little disappointed by Kendrick's new album. I was a little disappointed.
Disappointed.
I was a little
though.
disappointed.
Yikes.
I wish. I think it's a good album.
Disappointed?
It's a good album. It's a good album. I was a little disappointed because, to me, I always been saying, it doesn't necessarily fit with what his catalog, is.
You did say that.
It's not To Pimp a Butterfly.
Which is obvious, right?
Which is obvious.
Yeah.
This felt more like a mixtape. So, to me, I said it before and I'll say it again. It's a bit of a blemish on his catalog to me. A bit, not a lot, but like just given what we needed from Kendrick and all that, I was a little disappointed, but nowhere near what Lil Uzi Vert was. Lil Uzi Vert was bad. Lil Uzi Vert would be like, that's the worst album of 2024. But like this Kendrick Lamar one, I just wanted more. I just wasn't satisfied by what was given. Like I understand
That's fine.
Squabble Up is the number 1 song. I don't even like Squabble Up. I don't really care for that song.
Okay. Me neither.
But, that's just me.
But you know one thing, though? I will give you an out on this. The word disappointing is strategically used here because I got to be real. Disappointed doesn't mean bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have to mean bad.
No, it doesn't
It
mean
just
bad.
means you were
Expectations,
let down
your
by what you got.
Your expectations
Right.
were this, and they didn't necessarily meet your expectations.
So, for example, something could be disappointed, but it could still be good music.
Yeah.
Like, there's people
for
like
sure, for
us
sure.
who were disappointed with Andre 3000's flute movement.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, damn, man, what the hell?
Yeah,
What's
you
he doing with this?
disappointed-
But it doesn't mean what he presented is necessarily terrible.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So
it's
I
not
want to
bad,
be
yeah.
clear with that
And
because
it's like-
people going to hear disappointed and they're
Of
going to be
course,
like,
they're gonna hear,
what the hell
and
you
they're
mean
like,
disappointed?
Kendrick Lamar, what are you crazy?
What the hell you mean DNX is disappointed,
I'm saying,
right?
like, it was. I thought it didn't necessarily align with the rest of his catalog. That's why I kept saying like, yo, I think this is like a loose. I think it's a mixtape or something. But
I hear you
anyway.
on that. And
I'm surprised you didn't.
I got one I want to
I'm
throw here real
surprised you
quick.
didn't bring Big Sean.
That's exactly
You know
where I
what
was
I'm
going
saying?
next
Big
because
Sean,
you mentioned GNX, and I would argue Big Sean's album is disappointing, and it's on leaning towards bad.
Whoa!
I said leaning towards
Leaning
bad.
towards-
Like I wouldn't call Better Me Than You a good album. I would say it's either decent or it's bad. And part of the reason why I say that is because Big Sean had a major opportunity with this album to really course correct a lot of the narratives around his career, around the way people speaking on his name.
Yeah.
You know, he had a real opportunity, and I do feel like, and F the sales, man. Let's put the sales aside because I'm not even talking about how it was received. Everybody didn't sell this year.
Yeah.
Most people, I say. So this is not indicative about what he sold. I'm talking about what I gathered from the music. I was like, that's it? This is all we're getting? I was hella disappointed. Hella disappointed with Big Sean. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. Honestly, I was disappointed with the reception that the album got. I thought the album was not terrible, but I thought the reception, like, we may have to have that conversation, you know, and talking about, I guess we got to go over with this topic. We done blew out the time. But I
Probably
think
like 2.
you know, you remember that song that Chance the Rapper and Jeremiah made called leave them in 2020. I think we'll leave them in 2020. And they were just listing out a bunch of things and people that they want left in the year behind.
I do remember this.
Remember that
Yeah,
song?
I do
Right?
remember this. Yeah.
It was on their little Christmas album.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a really good album
every
too.
year, very
Right,
good.
Yeah,
album.
no, that was good.
I feel like every year there's an artist that you're like, man, I'm not sure they're going to make it to 2025. And it's like the reception Big Sean's album got, I'm not sure he's an artist people are going to be checking for in 2025 or 2026. We got to start asking our questions like that. Is Polo G an artist that you're looking for in 2025? Is Trippie Redd an artist you're looking for? Like, there's a lot of artists.
There's one I will throw in here. I'll add to that list. Lil Baby got an album dropping early January.
We'll see what that does.
We're gonna see. He's another one who's on that proving ground.
And I think that's one of the big takeaways in 2024 also is that, like, a lot of people that we thought were still popping just weren't able to gain that traction.
True.
And like they may be left in 2024. But what I want to see in 2025, first and foremost, the very first thing I want to see in 2025 is people stop talking about this Kendrick and Drake thing. Please. Let's stop it. Please.
Good luck with
let
that.
It go.
It ain't going nowhere, brother.
All right, let's leave that in
brother,
2024.
it ain't going nowhere.
Let's leave the word glazing in 2024. Let's leave.
Can we? You know what I want to leave?
Uh-huh.
Since we're here,
Yeah.
let's leave Cardi B and Offset news.
Oh, please.
Yo,
The tweets,
come on, get that out of here.
Leave that in 2024.
I actually don't want to see another headline that says Cardi B and Offset going back and forth about anything. I don't want to see it.
Let's leave it.
I don't want to see it.
Jay-Z. Every year I say this. Jay-Z needs to drop an album. I think we need to hear from Jay-Z on an album.
You think
form.
it's time?
It might be time.
You think it's time?
2025, we may need a Jay-Z
I wouldn't be
album.
mad at that. I'm not going. I would not be,
Jay-Z
especially
album,
after this.
for sure.
Woo!
Drake, whatever. Drake didn't drop an album in 2024, guys.
He did not.
He did not drop an album in
hold on.
2024.
Nope.
Certified Lover Boy was
No, not that, man.
which was
Certified
no?
Lover?
Is that
That
the
came out 2020.
For All My Dogs?
That came
For
out.
All My Dogs is 2023, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah, he didn't drop an album this year. No, that's
Damn.
what everybody's saying. Like he's still dominating the charts without dropping an album. I want to see.
This year flew by, man.
You know what?
This
you know
year
what 2024 is?
flew by.
Here's what I'm
Holy.
gonna say. Put me on the camera when I say this, Ack. Put me on the camera.
Don't look at me and say act. What the hell? I should be drinking Henny if
me
that's
on
the case.
Put me on the camera. 2025 will be the year we figure out who the real big dog is. The real big dog. You know why I say that?
Go ahead, talk to
Because I expect Drake to drop.
Okay.
I expect Kendrick to drop another album.
I believe he'll drop.
I expect Kendrick to drop another album. I expect J. Cole to drop The Fall Off.
That's true.
I expect JID to finally drop. Who is the big dog in hip? The Weeknd's gonna drop. Who can we say?
Playboi Carti's gonna drop.
Playboi Carti. All these people. Travis Scott might drop. I heard he said his album's coming. Your boy
ASAP Rocky's gonna drop. Yeah.
Wale may drop. The big
Yo, Cardi
dog
B might drop. We gonna find out if
she's not dropping.
I hope she drops. Okay. If she does drop, we gonna see if she's still that though, right?
Who is the big dog here?
Hey,
and
man.
so, like, once we get all these albums, we accumulate them all. Who wins 2025 is going to be the most intriguing question that we're going to get answered.
First of all, let's end there. Put a button on that topic. I do think that's a good one. You guys let us know in the comments who you are expecting greatness from in 2025.
That's well put.
Who are you expecting greatness from? Leave it in the comments right now. All right, so let's take a little break from the episode and talk about a new song from a guy named Nylu. He dropped a song called The Story of.
Words, let these actions show worth. Inspiration go far. I wish peace for some of y'all. Rest I hope for lockjaw. Some of y'all deserve pain. Some of y'all should make way. That's the truth and it kills just as much as it heals. This we call a bitter pill. Please refrain from my name. We are not what you say. Fuck your stories, we straight. I've been changed through my days, but I grind through my nights. That ain't cheap.
Dude, what'd you think of the song, man?
Yo, I think it was pretty good, man. I thought it was fire. I thought, it kind of gave me like Kendrick vibes. Where he mixed wise lyrics with like unstoppable flows, and then did this over two very fire beats, which is kind of like two different tones of beats.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty damn good.
Me too. You say two? I counted like 4 beats, and I noticed even throughout the song he was kind of referencing different chapters. Like it almost seems like the song has like 4 parts, kind of like a Travis Scott song. You know how like Travis Scott be on some multiple sons within a one song. It almost seemed like that's what he was doing. But more importantly, I kind of like how he was just rapid fire and increasing his level of intensity as he rapped. Not gonna lie, man. He killed the flow, man. He was bodying that.
Oh, for sure.
He kind of was going crazy.
You can tell this is a professional rapper.
Absolutely.
This is a rapper that, works out his like rap skills in the gym. Like, a few reps of punchlines.
He do little writing drills.
Writing drills, all that. Because you can tell this is like a professional rapper that made this song.
I really like what he was doing. It's funny, man. He was mixing flows with like introspection. I heard him talking about like his sister, his mom, his this, his that. And just like, you would never know based on the cadence, but if you listening, you can see he was going a little deep with the lyricism too. So y'all make sure to tap in, man. It's funny enough, he's on the our infinite playlist of ours, 0 skips. Y'all know we only include the best songs that we've come across. So y'all make sure to tap in right now. It's called The Story Of. Shout out to Nylu, man. Now back to the episode. Let's move on to the next topic. Travis Hunter?
What? How we go from music to Travis Hunter?
What we doing next?
Football?
Travis Hunter?
Yeah, no, I said, but isn't it
Travis Hunter's girlfriend.
Is he on football?
Travis Hunter's girlfriend. Nah,
okay.
In all seriousness,
Okay.
Travis Hunter. Yo, I want to say this first. I want to say this very loudly.
Be careful here.
No, I know. I want to say this very loudly. This is actually good news. Throughout all the noise between Travis Hunter and his girlfriend and why she's allegedly bad for him and all this hoopla, yada, 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 yada. Let's not forget, Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy.
Yes.
He is a Heisman Trophy winner, which means he will forever go down as the best player in 2024 in college football. I don't want that to people forget that and lose that.
And
it's very important.
He won it as a defensive player and a wide receiver.
Anyone in this, thank you. He played both sides. Like it's correct. Like we speaking on this man like he's some regular dude. And, but I will say this, going to the topic, because you and I, we talked about this offline slightly, and we said, yo, maybe we should talk about this on the pod because there's a lot of societal connections. As that people are discussing. So I will say this, man, like his girlfriend, fiance, excuse me, I believe her name is Leanna.
Yes.
Leanna.
Yes.
She has been making news because a lot of things that she's been doing since he won the award has been going viral. It started with him winning the trophy and her having to be tapped by Deion Sanders and people thinking that was a bad look. Yeah. And then people started digging up old videos because they got a channel together. And then, she had a comment where she said Travis Hunter wasn't her type. People made a big deal out of that. And then there was this incident where
correct the comment.
Yeah, then before she even got to that, then there was this incident where he was signing pictures, signing autographs, taking pictures with fans after winning the award. She was sitting down. People tried to make it seem like she was ungrateful.
She said she
she went and corrected things.
She commented. No, I'm saying she commented. You want me to just sit here while he was signing the pictures?
Yes.
Pretty much like, yo, like he's supposed to do this, and you are complaining about it.
Absolutely. And that was the talk. But my point, all of these different things, and I'm sure there's more, have contributed to why people are critiquing her. And they're saying, yo, Travis, you gotta get out of here. She's not the one for you. But I gotta ask you, man, do you feel like people are blowing this out of proportion? Are people exaggerating? Or is he truly in a situation where it's like he probably needs to run for the hills, seeing as he's about to be a number 1 pick in the NFL and arguably be a superstar in the NFL? Talk to me.
Well, one thing that you did not mention when you were talking about Travis Hunter is he's young. I believe he's 21, 22 maybe. I don't know. But he's young. He's a college student. She's young. She was a college student. And so, to me, there's clearly a bunch of learning that they both have to do. It's clear. It's obvious. There's a lot of learning that they both have to do. Not only learning about how to deal with money, because that's coming, right? Or he already probably has money from the NIL stuff, right?
Sure he does.
But learning how to, somebody can look at the incident where she didn't stand up during the Heisman Trophy presentation and say, "Oh, look at her, she don't care." That can just simply be she didn't understand PR. This is a PR moment where she needs to understand, like, yo, in that situation, you should be the first one to stand up, right? That's a PR moment. Her talking about, potentially, oh, he wasn't my type and this, that. It's a PR moment. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't be so obvious. But what the people online are saying is like, she's not good for you. It's not this. Look at her. She's not standing up. Why can't it just be a moment for this person, this young woman, to learn from? Why is it always that somebody's out to do bad to somebody? You know what I'm saying? That's really what's bothering me. I think she can learn. Obviously, doesn't look great. And then even, this is controversial. I feel like in America, gold digging is an American thing. Calling somebody out for being a gold digger, I feel like that's more of an American thing. Like, okay, no, I'm not saying gold diggers are an American thing, but calling somebody out for being a gold digger is more of an American thing. They're not here for your money or this, that. Like, to me, the way I look at it is, of course she wants that security. Of course she wants that security and she has that security with this guy. Mm-hmm. It's okay to feel like, yo, dang, I like the fact that this guy brings money to me. Okay. I think that's okay for somebody to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody who's young, may not necessarily know what's going to come next, out of college, never really had a real job, to have that security of somebody that you also happen to have been with and liked. I think that's fine. What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? I think everything else is a learning lesson to her, in my opinion. Okay. Because she's going to look back at, why are we expecting a 21-year-old or 20 whatever year old to understand how to move completely as like an adult?
Yeah.
Am I wrong here? Am I talking crazy?
No.
Where's the leeway for her being young?
No, you're not wrong. I think in leeway for both of them. Yeah. It's not just about her per se. Uh-huh. It's leeway for both of them. I see where you're going with it. Let me know when you're done, because I'm going a different direction.
I'm done.
I'm going a completely different direction.
I'm
be honest with you.
I'll counter you.
I'm going a different direction, guy. Because look, let me be honest with you, and I'm gonna be very, very blunt. And this might sound really bad.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, this is their business, and obviously we're in their business, but this is for the topic and the conversation we're having this, right? So it's more generic than anything. Yeah. Oh, sorry, more broad, excuse me.
Yeah.
I think the issue is that there are clear red flags. There are clear red flags in their relationship. Okay. And I think that is at the heart of the discussion. I think that really what it is we don't know her without Travis Hunter. We know Travis Hunter, and so by extension, we now know her. And it's like, why are you now taking up spotlight? Why are you now someone that is in the news? Why are you clearing up anything? Giving out 8-minute press conferences in her room, trying to clear up.
She's young.
I hear you.
She thinks she's doing the right thing.
I get you, but here's the thing. Here's the issue, and I knew this was going to be a discussion, and I'm glad. All right. Because this is why people are calling Travis Hunter a simp. This is why people are actually blaming Travis Hunter for allowing this type of person to be in his orbit. Now, I'm not him. I'm sure they love each other. I'm sure this is their puppy love. They look good together. I'm not here to say, oh, they don't love each other. No, but it's more about besides the fact that they're young, besides the fact that they're going to make mistakes, there are clear red signs that she's displayed where it's like, hey, yo, I don't know if this is how you want to walk into a huge fortune. Well, right? You just won a Heisman Trophy. You're about to be a star on a team in the NFL, making millions of dollars through endorsements. And we have now been introduced to your girlfriend, who has already publicly said she's not, you weren't her type. And it's these are just things that have happened that it's she shouldn't be even this visible and saying these type of things. Why do we know about her?
Because
like, to this extent,
she has a oh my gosh, she has a bold personality. She has a bold personality. She says,
"Listen,
what,
I'm on the.
You know
listen. You know
what it is.
I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna stay on the side where I
Look.
just firmly believe she has done some things, and both of them actually have done some things where it's like, yo, this is young.
First and foremost,
moving incorrectly, and us who are older are simply just calling
all it
out.
is. We're
some
old.
Things. Like, did you hear what Bow Wow said?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear what he said, but I saw that he said something. I didn't even take the time to watch it. They said he got sentineled, NBA sentineled. You know, pretty much.
Oh, so NBA censored on that account?
Yeah, they came up with a fake quote.
Yeah.
No, they came up with a post where it said that the Travis Hunter's fiance liked Anthony Edwards.
Oh,
post. She put like some emoji.
Oh, hard eyes.
Yeah. I was cracking up laughing.
Oh yeah,
I was cracking up laughing
because he did address that. Yeah, and it was proven to be fake.
After I saw that, I was like, I'm not gonna watch this.
Facts.
No,
minus that. Minus the fake part that he addressed. I was bringing up Bow Wow just to say, yo, did you hear what he had to say about her? I thought he was just raw. And the thing what's happening is you're seeing most people take the side of Travis Hunter, a guy who we know through sports, and people are publicly looking out for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So they're seeing things that are like very red flaggish, and they're like, bro, why are you not checking that? Why are you allowing this?
They don't.
I think that's where it's coming down. But yes, they're all young. We get it, and they're going to make mistakes. But people are just voicing things that are clearly potential issues in the future. The person's
not there for them, right? Or
you can't tell me that that's not.
So, but my thing is first and foremost,
that you don't see that.
The root of this issue to me is I personally don't believe, specifically in this situation, they should be getting married that early. That is the elephant in the room that people don't want to say.
How is that? I've said everything. You want me to?
No, I'm saying that them getting married. Period. I think
I wouldn't.
I mean, right now, I'm talking about right now at this stage, I wouldn't do it. How about that? If I was Travis Hunter, I would not really be looking to get married right now.
But why is that though?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's some maturing for both sides. Like the fact that you're saying, the fact that you're saying Travis Hunter, people are trying to look out for him. That means he may not necessarily know what's good for him right now, right?
100%.
It's how people feel.
100%.
And if that's the case, I do think you should take some time personally. But, at the end of the day, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. All we're seeing is what is happening in the public. All we're seeing is the public comments. All we're seeing is reactions from her. Every single thing is reaction, right? We don't know what they've gone through. Like, that's why I'm like, I do think people should chill. I mean, it's mainly what bothers me is mainly the people online calling them an idiot, or people online being like, she's this, she's that. Can you imagine grown people online talking about a 21-year-old like that? Like, to me, it bothers me. But I just think
it don't bother me.
It's a lesson learned for both sides. I think for her, immediately get a PR team. Immediately. Even if you aren't there for him. You need a PR person to tell you like what to do or what not to do. Because if I was 21 and I was in the limelight, I would need a PR. I was doing and saying stupid stuff. I was lying to myself and lying to people at 21. Like, I was not ready to be married at 21.
Hey, look.
So, like, how come nobody's bringing that up?
Well, you know why nobody's bringing that up? Because, and this is why I'm saying, you're saying nobody's bringing that up. Like, my thing is, someone's decision to get married is their decision.
It is,
right?
For sure,
it's their decision.
For sure.
Like, LeBron was married to his high school sweetheart at the same age.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure,
but the only difference is,
for sure,
they didn't have nothing in the media that was giving people an indication that like there was some issues, right?
It's different times.
No, but in general, there was nothing that was coming out to make LeBron look bad through her and vice versa.
Very true.
So what I'm saying is it's not a matter of them getting married. People are actually more concerned at the red flags that are being shown, and that is the reason why they're like, bro, you shouldn't get married. It's not that he's. It's not the fact that he's young only.
I'm at the end of the day, what everybody's doing is putting themselves in his shoes.
100%.
That's what everybody's doing.
Absolutely.
All I'm saying is putting myself in his shoes, I would not get married. It doesn't even matter if
I'm
it's
not
her.
mad at that.
That's what I'm saying. In that situation,
And that's cool.
and I'm saying what I at 21, who I was. Now, if you're somebody online talking about, oh, you this, you that, Travis Hunter, you this, you that, just remember you are an older person that's not in his shoes.
No, we know that.
Put yourself in his shoes.
Yo, first off, that's what I'm doing. I'm speaking through
Like
my
somebody said-
look. I'm speaking through my hold on, just hold that thought real quick.
Okay, sorry.
I'm speaking through my perspective. So, like that's what I'm talking about. So when I'm talking about red flags, I see it and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to end well. If your girl
is there such thing as growth?
Of course there is. But
Like,
guess what
what
though?
do you-
But guess what
you
though?
think that-
Hold on.
You don't think like
tell that to
she see red flags. Well, maybe she's working on it. Like maybe
Tell-
she's trying to fix it.
tell
Like
that
what?
to-
There's no such thing as growth.
We
now?
know, but that's you using benefit of the doubt, which I'm not mad at. Sure,
Okay.
we don't know their life.
Why
Then
can't we be
then if that's the
positive?
case, why even speak on it and just have any level of critique? Why even say why I wouldn't get married if I was if it's about growth?
I'm saying for
Why
me,
can't they grow and
I'm
be
saying
married,
for me,
right?
the elephant in the room for me
Through your perspective.
is through my perspective at 21 me, I was not ready to get I would not be ready to get married. 21?
Hey, bro.
22, that's just me. I'm saying that's just me. And
Most people wouldn't.
in
in that scenario.
That's just me. And that's the first and foremost thing that I think should be thought about here. But now
there's a bigger aspect
I'm saying-
to it. It's not
okay,
just
but
the age.
now-
There's also the fact that he is walking into money and a lot of fame
Well, marriage
that
is-
is coming with this, which
marriage-
the average person cannot relate
marriage
to.
is forever. Look, you don't think, okay, let me ask you this, right? If he were to leave her, right? You don't think that this can happen again?
Of course, again.
And again?
Of course.
And again?
100%.
So my point is, if you're not ready to get married, like I don't mean like literally what you think you're ready to do, talking about do you have everything your I's dotted, your T's crossed. If you're not ready to get married, it doesn't matter who you end up with. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Hey, look.
you know, so in this situation, he's saying they're ready, and I think at this point, you just hope for growth from
look.
both sides.
Look, my guy.
They both gonna need growth.
There's no debate there. They both are young and they're gonna
Yeah.
grow. We know this.
But
I think people like that's an obvious statement to me, right? Especially for people who are older, they know that like young folks gotta grow and evolve, and you're gonna go through bad relationships, and then you're gonna learn, and then you're gonna bounce back, and then you might run into the same type of girl, and you be like, damn, I saw that before, and you're gonna adjust.
Yeah.
So I think people know that. However, the elephant in the room is he is a Heisman Trophy winner who is a highly sought after individual, especially going into what he's about to do with the NFL. That dynamic elevates and escalates the urgency and like just the red flags that are being shown. They become magnified. Everything is more
But all
important.
that tells me is
it becomes so much more important.
You know, they just,
And that's why you see the people talking as strongly as they do. The Shannon Sharps, the Bow Wows. Everybody you hear, they're like, "Yo, that ain't a good sign." Like, what's happening? That ain't a good young age included.
In this situation,
that ain't a good sign, my guy.
Look. All I'm saying,
But we can put a button on it,
maybe because I'm a positive guy. I hope for the best. If you guys are gonna get married, I hope for the best. You know, but like, you know, name calling, like I didn't like the fact that people were calling him an idiot. I didn't like the fact that I didn't like that at all. Look, the guy's in love. The guy is in love.
Hey, man.
She's in love too.
Love
Apparently, if I think I'm gonna take their word for it, they are both in love. You're supposed to be. Somebody made the comment. They said, "Yo, Travis Hunter sprung." I was like, "You're supposed to be sprung over
for your partner."
wife.
100%.
Future wife.
Absolutely.
What the hell are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid.
So it's like all this like name calling them, like even if everything ends bad, God forbid, in this situation, it's a learning lesson, man. Like,
look, I wish them the best. I'm not gonna hold you. I wish them the
Like,
best.
I don't really-
Everything being said that I said,
Yeah.
which is critique,
No,
if you
you're right.
will.
I have no problem with
I
it.
still wish them the best.
no
Now,
problem with
let's
it.
be very
And
clear.
It's like, is there red flags? Of course, there can be red flags, but it's like, I expect them to grow.
Hey, man.
Is that crazy?
I-
Am I saying anything crazy? She can grow from this.
Yeah, but guess what though? You do know people can grow apart, right? And they
They
don't have to grow together.
And if it's just
you
not
do know
meant
that,
to be,
right?
if it's just not, you know, they've been together for like 5 years.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm like, no, that is. I don't think that's
Said
true.
5 years. I just saw it. They said
5
they've been
years
together 5 years.
Because they said something about they met her in high school. I assume
they said
because
5
she's
years.
older than him, from what I know.
I
believe you.
I'm just going based off of very.
I believe you. If you said it. If you
shaky reports,
where'd you get it from? NBA Sentinel.
Unverified reports.
NBA Sentinel said that.
Okay, brother. Next topic.
Yeah.
Doechii.
Good old Doechii.
Doechii has been crowned by many people as the best thing since sliced bread. You know, and here's the thing. I think Doechii is extremely talented. Extremely talented. Great singer, great rapper. I think one of the biggest things that people aren't talking about is her personality. Her personality is amazing. Super cool, funny, charisma, has it. Doechii is the full-blown package when it comes to an artist that you think is going to blow up. But there's people online that feel like maybe we're crowning her a little too early. There's people online that believe Doechii's a rookie, which she's not. I think she's been in the game for at least 3 years. At least. In that, you know, maybe some of the praise she's getting is undeserved, or, you know, she's too new to be given certain accolades and platforms to perform at, aka the Tiny Desk. So right now, how do you view Doechii first and foremost? And do you think some of the criticism that she's getting online is justified?
Well, how do I view her? I view Doechii as one of the most talented, newer artists that I've seen in quite some time. That's my view of Doechii.
How long can you think about this?
I mean, if you want
somebody who got you just excited,
and I will go, and I will actually, I'll tailor the scope of what I said to make it even more juicy, excuse me, or specific rather. She's one of the most talented women rappers that I've seen in a very long time, probably the last decade. Like, she's in the top 5, like, of joints, people who've come around that I'm like, yo, she does that and does that at a high level. The Doja Cats, right? The people who've displayed certain people always forget about Doja Cat. And Doja Cat had a phenomenal last year. People forget about that.
Doja Cat's freaking amazing.
The Scarlet album, even before the Scarlet, remember Planet Her?
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now before you even go, because you just mentioned Doja Cat. I forgot. Doja Cat is top 5 talented artist, if not maybe like top 3, top 2.
Brother,
she is so freaking talented.
I'm here to tell you,
yo,
the way I just brought up
talented.
the way I brought up Doja Cat, because I view her in such high regard. I don't want to say Doechii is equivalent to Doja, because Doja,
I can see similarities.
But in terms of talent, because you'll never know with the terms of pop
and even personality.
Sure, but you'll never know the reception, because that can be inflated artificially. Pop, they can have songs that can be hits. There's a lot that Doechii needs to prove to become a household name that Doja Cat has become. But in terms of talent, to me, Doechii is of that ilk, and so that's how I view Doechii. Now, going to sort of how she's being received currently, I do kind of feel like people are prematurely anointing her. Now, that doesn't mean that she won't eventually be deserving and have shown all of the accolades and the things that you should associate with somebody who is of her talent. But I almost do see almost like a premature anointing, right? And I say that I saw Killer Mike. He recently was sitting down with Doechii on some stage. I don't know exactly what the event was, but man, he gave her flowers like she had won every award in the book. It was hella flattering to witness somebody saying that to somebody. But I'm like, yo, it makes me feel like people are very eager to just crown somebody new. People want new coming out. And that was my other takeaway out of 2024. We got the battle with Kendrick. We got the record labels and the industry tanking in certain aspects, people not selling well. We also have been talking for years, who's the next big three? People are itching for something new. And I do think when Doechii dropped Alligator Bites Never Heal, it was that breath of fresh air that's giving people that license to talk like this.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that she should be everywhere performing like she's a big dog now. I don't think so. I think there's still some work to do. And for at least for me, I'll speak for myself. I need to see more from Doechii, and I do believe she's going to deliver on an actual studio album because I done heard enough. I'm gonna be real with you, but I do think it's just a little bit premature.
Okay.
To just give somebody the keys right now. You know what I'm saying?
What's the keys?
The keys is telling them they're the leader of the new school. That is keys. We done seen this story before. We done seen people give Corday the keys. We done seen people. Everyone always wants to give the keys to the car. You know, they gave Chance the Rapper the keys.
I wanted to go there.
They gave a lot of people the keys,
point.
bro. But
You know,
but were they able to drive the mother effing vehicle to the destination that people thought they were going to take it? That's always the question mark. And I wish Doechii well because I really think she's that good. But I do see a little bit of premature sort of anointing. I mean, do you get that read as well, or am I taking it too far?
The thing here, Doechii's not the problem here.
Okay.
She's not the problem. In no way this convo about Doechii, in my opinion. This convo is about the fan. And,
Okay.
I used to rap.
You rapped?
I used to rap. I used to rap for fun. I had a couple of albums I used to rap. And, I kind of rapped like as if I was already popular, right? So I'm thinking in my head right now at 30, whatever, if I was a rapper and they told me what are the 3 words that would scare me that fans put on me, and it would be expectations, right? Mm-hmm. Another word that I hate is refreshing, right?
Breath of fresh air when they say that.
Fresh air, refreshing. And then another one is brilliant. See, those 3 words, I think, in hip hop, though these are great words. Like for somebody to put high expectations on you, that is normally a great thing, right? Because that means they see you as somebody that's very good that can live up to the expectations. Mm-hmm. But I think in music, the expectations are so high they can't be met anymore. So all we're doing with Doechii is putting expectations that are not realistic on her, right? And so when we crown her and put her on this and this, that before she even dropped the album, I know the first thing that's going to happen. She dropped the album, people are going to be like, it's not that good. Because we put unrealistic expectations on people these days. Fans do. Second one, refreshing. I think Doechii is extremely refreshing. I think that's what we like about her. She's blunt. She's raw. She can rap. When she feels like she wasted a whole song. Remember the some rap blah 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 blah. Blah,
boom bap,
blah,
boom
blah,
bap,
boom bap.
boom bap.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
wasted a whole song trying to make a point about like whatever, right? She literally hops on the mic and does whatever she wants, sort of like Doja Cat, right? Mm-hmm. It's refreshing to see, but when refreshing gets in the wrong hands, in the wrong listeners' hands, aka music nerds, it starts to become annoying. Refreshing then turns not what she's doing, but how they praise her. Then they start praising everything she does. Oh, did you see Doechii was on Katy Perry's song? Oh my God, her verse was so dog. I didn't care for the Doechii song on Tyler the Creator's album. I personally just
I actually
didn't
thought that
care.
was dope. I actually really liked the verse.
care for
I
it.
really liked the verse.
No, her verse was her verse was amazing.
Yo, she snapped.
Her verse
actually.
was amazing. Her
Yeah.
verse, but the song as
The
a
song
whole,
as a whole.
I didn't care for the song.
Okay.
But
I mean,
what?
no
You
big
didn't
deal.
care for Doechii's song? What? What's wrong with you? When we start calling people refreshing, you're dumb. You don't know music. You don't know real music. That's what we're doing with Doechii. Fans are doing. You don't know. You don't like that. People probably thought Boom Bap was a good song.
Yeah.
That song was terrible. And I think she purposefully was trying to make it terrible. And still, I bet you there was a nerd critic that said, oh, did you see how she flipped? She made it for all the people that think boom bap is this. She flipped it and was like talking gibberish. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Brilliant. That's the third word I used, right? Brilliant. Oh, it was brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's
They love that damn word.
when
They
we
do.
start to call an artist refreshing, we start to alienate them from normal. And then the dorks, the nerds, we're probably the same thing. Get a hand of it, and it gets annoying.
You know
And I
what?
think that's what's happening.
You know,
here with Doechii.
I'm glad you're attacking.
That was my rant.
I'm glad you use certain words, like dork, the nerds, and you know it's funny, man. In this year, 2024, as I don't know, again, you guys are gonna be checking this out in the new year, who knows? Yeah. But we had a whole topic on this episode. This podcast where we said we were talking about music critics and how I made the argument that they a lot of times can be elitist.
Yeah.
Right? Where they once they get a hold of something, they now start measuring and doing exactly what you said, which is if it doesn't sound like a Doechii type record, then it's probably not great. We know that when they get their hands on, people like Kendrick, when they've already anointed Kendrick, the no names, the people you would consider critically acclaimed artists, that's where you're actually in a very dangerous, I would say, sort of scenario. And I do think Doechii is starting quickly. I actually think she's already there.
She's there.
She's
there.
already a critically acclaimed artist before she even dropped an album.
But the question is,
real album.
Who is she critically acclaimed to? Right? Now, I think she's great. I think she's
the whole industry. I feel like
but I'm
has
saying,
critically
like,
acclaimed her at this point.
Dorks, mainly the dorks, and I'm calling people dork. I'm wearing this clothes, but the taste makers, when it gets to their hands, and because when you say critically acclaimed, right? Critically acclaimed, a lot of times speaking on the taste makers.
I'm speaking on the people with platforms, the critics,
right?
Critics.
So
with platforms.
To me, now you alienate, and I think we do that too much with hip hop. We alienate the normal, unbiased listener, the listener that just wants to listen to the song, and if they like it, they like it. They don't like it, they don't like it.
Well, I don't
alienate.
I don't know about alienate. I use the word elitist to talk about the critics because I actually think they go further than alienation. They go, we don't think you're valid.
Yeah.
We don't think your opinion is valid. It's ours that matters more.
It's
because
not,
we believe it's critically acclaimed. Y'all
not,
don't matter.
It's not. You know what I didn't.
You see what I'm saying?
Look, I'm about to go on this rant. You know what I didn't like? I brought up Kendrick Lamar's album being disappointing. People are going to think I'm saying blasphemy, right? We probably lose followers on YouTube.
Even though I clarified what that meant, but
yeah,
they're not going to listen.
They're not going to listen, right? Do you know? I think most people listened to the album and was like, yo, this doesn't sound like a Kendrick album. This kind of flows different. This is not quite like what Kendrick is allowed 1,900 listens for it to click with your head. How many people are like, oh, I ran it back and I heard, man on man, whatever that song called,
Man at the Garden.
Man at the Garden.
Yeah, man.
I ran it back
amazing
100
song.
times.
Amazing
like,
record.
oh, the 99th time it clicked with me. Mm-hmm. Kendrick has allowed that because we've already allowed him to be critically acclaimed.
Yes.
Drake drops For All the Dogs. You listen to it one time. This sucks. You don't go back and listen to it because he's not a critically acclaimed artist to the dorks. He's a pop artist. He's this. You're not going back and listening to Lil Yachty's thing over and over again for it to click. That's not fair.
You're right. I gotta push back just slightly. You are absolutely right. That is what happens in the real world. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, the majority of the time somebody becomes a critically acclaimed artist, they're usually somebody who applies a certain level of artistic expression that is above the norm, which therefore kind of gives people the element to be like,
it's art.
Thank you.
Which
it's
allows
art.
people to say
it's art. Thank you.
Like I'm saying,
and usually when something's art, it's kind of disrespectful to say immediately it's trash. It's like, let me look at it today. You know what? Let me wake up and it'll be on the beach while I'm listening to it. Or let me listen to it while I'm in the car.
I said the dorks, right? Because that's the type of stuff the dorks they look at. I said we.
But don't you think that certain art should be given some time?
Yeah, for sure.
To break down?
I think all
let's be real.
should. But at the end of the day, all art music is art.
Sure.
Whether it's music that you think was made in 5 minutes or music that was made in 10 days.
But you're being nice though,
It's
even
art,
though that
right?
is true.
I agree.
But you're being nice though.
I agree.
We can't act like all art is the same,
But at the end of the day, the person,
even though it is subjective.
who is grading it? That's the point, right?
Fair enough.
If you're a critic, if your job is to grade what you heard, like me, I grade what I heard. There's a lot of albums I don't necessarily like, but I'm grading it and looking at it from different perspectives. Like, did I call Boom Bap a bad song? No, I didn't call Boom Bap a bad song because I was like, it's art. What she's trying to do.
I give a perfect example.
Is she's trying to purposefully show you, like, she's being sarcastic. It's satire.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit of that.
But we have to allow the normal person who doesn't grade for a living to be able to say, I don't like this song.
Of course you should.
There's people online saying, I don't like Squabble Up. What's wrong with you? What? It's the LA sound. He's flipped to LA. Like, you told me in the comments, oh, GNX, there is a theme. The whole LA theme. Okay.
That's the thing.
I don't care.
I didn't say you should care.
The normal person shouldn't care.
Nobody said nothing but caring.
Every single LA rapper has an LA theme on their album. Like, what are we saying? Glasses Malone has an LA theme. What are we saying?
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
look. Okay,
maybe I'm too angry.
Yes, you are. Like, the theme was LA. Now, nobody said you had to think it's a strong theme. Nobody said you had to like the theme.
Yeah,
but
the fact that you brought it up,
it's a theme nonetheless.
I asked, what is the theme of this album? You're like, LA. He's riding in a GNX. Okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. That was the thing, but whatever, it's cool.
Okay, cool.
Like, my thing is this. Like, to close it out, because we're getting a little bit off track, even though all this has to do with Doechii. I will say that.
For sure.
I want Doechii to be everything people are saying.
Yeah.
Because the way Alligator Bites Never Heal hit me the first time I listened to it, and then it hit me the second time I listened to it,
Doechii.
and it hit me the third time I listened to it, I'm like, yo, nah, she got something here.
No, I think Doechii,
she has something special here.
Album of the year for
You
me.
keep saying it's not for me.
Great rapper,
but I'm
great
not mad at
singer.
anybody.
I think she's amazing, great. I said
I'm
this
not
has
mad at-
nothing to do with Doechii.
Listen.
This has to do with the people who start to gatekeep Doechii.
Yes.
And tell us what we're supposed to like that she does.
100%.
Like, for people getting mad that people are like, yo, why is she doing a Tiny Desk? I have the right to be like, yo, I feel like, maybe after she dropped an album, like, or something, like, a couple albums, she should do a Tiny. I'm not saying I feel that way.
Listen.
But I'm saying, like, I've seen people comment, and it shouldn't be met with, like, what are you talking? You don't know. Dude.
Hey, bro, can we stop that in 2024? Can
Stop
we
it.
leave that energy that people come with online, the stand culture, the rage bait, all the different tactics that people be using to try to discredit people? Yo, let's leave that in the past, bro.
The listener
let's
hear
walk
what
into 2025.
she or he heard and
respect
make a
people's
decision.
opinion, because you know what? Let me rant real quick,
All right,
man.
thank you, please.
Yo, this is ticking me off.
Please.
Shout out to everybody who has. You know how I know podcasting and people with platforms is starting to make noise? Because you're starting to hear artists complain.
Yes.
More and more.
Yes.
I saw Tyler the Creator
Yeah, he
say,
said,
"Yo, if I was a president, first thing I'll take people's mics away."
Yeah.
I saw Corday say the same thing. They asked him on the Breakfast Club, "Yo, man, have you seen them people on YouTube criticizing you for like your new album and how you kind of flopped and da 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 da?" Corday immediately took the racial route and was like, well, that's the white man criticizing me and da 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 da. And it's like, bro, like, there is an attack on people like us with platforms that's getting it out the mud, right? We ain't known. We ain't got no cosign, right? We doing our thing. We putting our stuff up online, and people are rocking with it, right? Or people aren't rocking with it. It is what it is. But the artists got to understand we not going nowhere.
Yeah.
We're not going nowhere.
Like, at the end of the day,
we ain't going nowhere. We listeners just like everybody else.
We got opinions. Like, it's
if you disagree with our opinion, it doesn't invalidate what we're saying.
Now, granted, it's respectful, right? And that's why I've always been somebody that pushed back on the. Notice how when you say stuff like, "Oh, album sales is not the same," and this, that, I view it. It's a metric. It's a metric somebody can use to see how popular you are. Is it the best metric? No, I'm not saying it's the best, but it's a metric. Mm-hmm. If Corday sold 10K, right, and Corday is considering himself this big artist, well, your album sales don't match with, the output. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Or who you are or whatever, or who you claim to be, right?
I agree.
So it's like, you know, you can't get mad if somebody's using an actual metric. Now, if somebody came in here and was like, yo, Cordae sucks. I can't even tell you why he sucks. He just sucks. Okay, fine. Dismiss that person. But if somebody used the metric, yo, bro, your first album sold whatever.
Like, these are matter of facts.
It's
that your
just a
album
fact.
sold this, but you know how I always feel.
Just a fact.
But I feel that people pay that a little too much attention without talking about the music.
I agree.
Like, while
I agree.
Cordae, his album sales have gone down since the first one. They've literally gone down since the first one.
Yeah.
I can argue The Crossroads is his best album.
I agree.
Right? So what does that say?
Well,
like, what is it? What story are we telling about Cordae? And then this is not a Cordae topic. I don't want to go too deep on this.
When you talk about fell off or flop using those words, it doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means people don't care about you.
Hey,
right?
man.
Like they used to.
It's true. It's
right?
true.
And you can't, you know what it is? You can't control that narrative. I think a lot of times these artists think they can control the narrative. I didn't flop. It's the person, white man. You can't twist this. If people felt like you flopped or you fell off, there's just really nothing you can do except try to get back on.
Except put music out and change the narrative.
And just hope.
Change
the narrative by productivity.
Do what Roddy Ricch is attempting to do. Yeah. We didn't even mention Roddy. I'm actually very highly anticipating what Roddy Ricch is going to do in this new year because I've been liking what he's been doing. I love
how he's been moving.
Because it was a moment where Roddy was resistant on the narrative that he fell off. He was going on interviews talking about how I fall off. I did this. I did that. I got this money. I got this plaque. Yeah. And I feel like now he's like, you know what? I can't beat it. I can't beat this narrative. The people believe this. This is what it is.
And he's like, I went through some things and it affected me.
It affected him.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think the best way to do it is just to change people's minds with the music. And, you know, in a roundabout way, we hope Doechii does what everybody says she's going to do. I want to be very clear on that, too.
I want to reiterate. I
want her to do very, very well. I have
a lot of Doechii friends in my life. I love Doechii. You know, they say I got black friends. Yeah, man. I got Doechii friends in my life. Like, I love Doechii.
I do.
And this has nothing to do with Doechii. I just think if we want to appreciate, this is the last thing I'll say. If we want to appreciate Doechii to the max, if we want to get the best version of Doechii, we need to temper the expectations we're putting on her, and we need to stop this whole she can't do anything wrong idea.
Amen.
We did that with Chance the Rapper.
It's very dangerous.
We did that with Chance the Rapper, and I feel like Chance the Rapper could have been a very special artist.
Absolutely.
We crowned him too quickly. Chance the Rapper can do no wrong. And, you know, see what happens.
He was the golden boy.
You know what I'm saying?
That boy was
so like,
the golden boy.
Let's take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it easy.
I will say, y'all let us know in the comments, man. What do you think about Doechii? Is she the leader of this new era of hip hop going into 2025?
She is in my opinion, she is the best new hip hop artist I've seen in a while.
On God.
If you consider her new.
I stand on that.
Out for 3-4
We'll give her the new title, man. Give her the new title, man. It's all good. It's okay.
Yeah.
Once you drop a project, I won't say album, you're new. Okay. She didn't have a project prior to this. It was just mad singles from what I know.
I can't tell you.
But hey, like I said before, y'all let us know in the comments. What do you think about Doechii? Are people overinflating her buzz? You know? Or is it right on par, man? Yo, we reached the end of the episode, man. Shout out to everybody who reached this far. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, you know, I'm just going to continue in 2025. If you're giving advice, just make sure that thing is ill.
Yes, sir.